Welcome to Living Well and Bell Hot Topics. My name is Hollie Spinn and I am a licensed master social worker at Temple Community Clinic. And today I'm going to be talking about mental health and the holidays. More specifically, stressed, depressed, and perfection obsessed. So let's first start talking about stress. So stress is a common theme we see in a lot of holiday movies and TV shows. Stress can come from family, being around people that might really stress you out. It can come from financial stress, having to buy gifts and food for parties and things like that. Or it can simply come from stress of not having enough time to do all the things that you need to do. Because the holidays come plus the things that you already have to do. So that can be really stressful. So when we get really stressed, oftentimes that can lead to other emotions like depression. And depressed is another thing that we're going to be talking about. High stress can bring out many emotions, especially during the holidays. And one of those emotions can be depression. Depression in the holidays can also be caused by maybe you lost a loved one in the past year and this is your first holiday season without them. Or even lost a loved one in the past and the holiday season reminds you of memories that you have with them. 2020 also brought about many different experiences that also can cause sadness and can cause depressive symptoms as well. Because often during the holidays, we look back and reflect on the year and all the experiences we had. And there's a lot of things that we experienced in 2020 that were different than anything we've ever experienced before. So it's normal to have those feelings of sadness and depression. The next one we're going to talk about is perfection obsessed. There's an unwritten standard around the holidays that everything has to be perfect. Your gifts have to be wrapped perfectly, your dinner has to be perfect. But I'm going to tell you a little secret. Everything doesn't have to be perfect. And it's important to remember that nothing is perfect. Look at social media, for example. You see only the perfect images of people's lives. But realistically, you're not seeing everything about their lives. So instead of having that anxiety factor that comes with perfectionism around the holidays, remember to give yourself a break and to remember that not everything is perfect and no one is perfect. So what are some quick things that we can do to help from getting stressed, depressed, and perfection obsessed during the holidays? Well, the first thing that you can do is have a strong, supportive support system. 2020 has made things look way different in a lot of areas. But one thing that has stayed the same and that we've all kind of realized is that it's important to have a support system in place. If you're feeling those feelings of stress and depression, it's good to have that person by your side that you can talk to, be it on the phone, on Zoom calls, that you can really express those emotions to and process the difficult things that might be going on during your life. Perfection obsessed? Then reach out to your support system and ask for help. There's nothing wrong with asking for help. In fact, I encourage it. Humans were not designed to do things alone. So it's important to have a support system that's there for you to listen to you and to help you process the emotions that come along with the holidays. So who is that person that you can have uncomfortable conversations with? Somebody that can help you identify when you're stressed, depressed, and perfection obsessed. Well, that brings me to my next point, which is being able to identify the behavioral responses that happen when you're stressed, depressed, and perfection obsessed. If you struggle with seeing how you are responding in a stressful situation, then have a friend or somebody in your support system that can help you identify whenever you are having those heightened emotions from experiencing stress, depression, or even perfectionism. And being able to identify your behavioral responses in a situation will help you know when to implement your coping mechanisms. What are coping mechanisms? Coping mechanisms are anything that you can do to help you unwind, de-stress in a healthy way. Now remember, don't just put your coping mechanisms on the back burner during the holidays because you're too busy. No, now is a more important time than ever to practice healthy coping mechanisms. And now when I say healthy, I don't mean unhealthy coping mechanisms like overeating, depending on drugs or alcohol, or simply chewing your fingernails. I'm talking about positive coping mechanisms like walking your dog, mindfulness, baking Christmas cookies, and laughter. Those are all great coping mechanisms to help you de-stress and not be so stressed, depressed, and perfection obsessed. We'll link a handout down below of some other positive coping mechanisms that you can try this holiday season that maybe you've never tried before. One that you can try is a gratitude jar. You can decorate a little jar so you can put it on your table or wherever you want to display it, and then just write the things that you're grateful for and place them in the jar so you can see just how many things you have to be grateful for. This is especially important in 2020 when it seems like so many negative things have occurred. So I would encourage you to really count the things that you can be grateful for this holiday season. Another thing that might help you not be so stressed, depressed, and perfection obsessed is actually going to therapy. I'm very pro therapy, and I might be a bit biased because I am a mental health professional, but I'm very much team everyone could benefit from counseling. So if you find yourself in a place where it's hard for you to process your emotions and you're really stressed out, I would encourage you to reach out for counseling and find a therapist in your area that can kind of help you identify coping mechanisms and process some hard emotions. And sometimes the holidays can bring very difficult emotions, but I want you to know that there are resources for you to use. Down below, we're going to put information for the crisis text line and the National Suicide Hotline, and I want you to know that those are there for you to use if you need them. Please remember that there are many things that play a role in your overall well-being. While mental health is one of them, social, spiritual, financial, and physical health all play a major role in your overall well-being. So it's important to take care of yourself so that you can continue on your journey to living well and well. Thank you so much for watching this video on stress, depressed, and perfection obsessed. From all of us here at Temple Community Clinic, we want to wish you and your family a very Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.